What message would you give your older self if you could? Like recording a message and putting it in a time capsule, for example. Later today, perhaps, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. What would you say to yourself, your future self? What would you like to remember, for example? About health or diet, friendships or values? What would you like to forget? People, your dreams, ideas, your difficulties? What would you say? Well, it just so happens that I recorded a video to my future self about 13 years ago. I discovered this video unlisted on my channel by accident, and it surprised me that it existed, and the message surprised me too. I'm going to watch the video again, and I'm going to include that video here, and I'm going to make some comments about the video at the end. But from what I remember, I was pleasantly surprised. It seemed to be about relationships and trusting myself. Anyway, without further ado, here is that video. You'll notice that I look quite a bit younger. I don't have this little mark on my head, which is the cyst that I got 5 years ago, removed about a year ago. Bit fresher faced, still talking about relationships, at a train station. I don't remember recording the video, but I clearly did. See what you think. And this is a video for me, Steve M. Nash, in the bright sunshine, brightness, shadow, because it's 28th of May 2011, and it'll be really interesting for the future Steve to wonder about what I'm about to say, and any other future yous who happen to get to watch this video. I don't know if I'll be sharing it publicly. Anyway, I'm really struck at the moment by, as someone put it today on Twitter, about removing the masks. I think it was Deepak Chopra, about removing the masks. Keep on removing the masks. And I think I'm removing lots of masks at the moment. And I don't like what I see. It's difficult to keep removing the masks, to keep seeing parts of yourself that you didn't think existed, and now you can see it and you think, well, why do I do that? It's not very nice. I can't share it with anybody else. And I'm not talking about being a murderer, by the way, or any other hideous, heinous thing, but just way of thinking. Why am I not in a committed relationship? I have reasons. My reasons are not good reasons. And I would love to share them with you on this video, but I think it's even too much for me to do that. But I know of the reasons, and it shames me a little bit. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know if thinking about it is all I need to do, and I just know it's unpleasant, and it's much nicer to hide it away, and it's my instinct, and I'm sure it's anyone's instinct who's watching this video. So, future Steve, what do you reckon? I guess the answer always lies in understanding the question, doesn't it? What do I do with my darkness? Or what I consider to be my darkness? Maybe it isn't dark, maybe it's just real. I'm trying to embrace and welcome. Embrace and welcome. And not resist and be angry at. So, does embrace and welcome work? Does it work for you now, future Steve? I wonder if you've still got dreadlocks.
I wonder what you think to Message to a Younger Me poem. Brickhouse is an interesting train station. Quite often, spare time, I just look across, maybe see if there's somebody sexy to look at, someone interesting to talk to, someone sexy to talk to. No, I just look at how things are created, feel things, listen to things. Sometimes just walk up and down the platform. Up and down the platform. It amuses me. Yeah, I get books and I get MP3 players and I go on a train. I never listen to the MP3 player and I never read the book. I'm just happy being there, watching the world go by via the window. The pedestal on the rail, as I like to call it. I think my train, Huddersfield, is coming soon. So, waffling. Embrace and welcome the darkness. That's my message to myself. And anyone lucky, in inverted commas, lucky to be watching this video. I am a good man. Lovely, caring, thoughtful, funny. But I'm also selfish. And I seem to resist wanting to be in a committed relationship. I think I'm not trustworthy, not trustful. Maybe I'm not trustworthy as well. And, other things. I've got other stuff that's not going for me, not negative things. But this is a real person talking. Someone willing to embrace his realness, look at it, keep looking at it, keep looking at it, keep peeling off the masks. And it's just hard to do. And it would be very hard for someone else to reveal my negative qualities, but I guess to be shamed by somebody else. But I guess it's the nature of how they do it. If there's malice or vindictiveness in how they reveal your darkness, your shadow, then this is also their issue. But if there is love, then you have to embrace and thank that person. I really think more people should speak to themselves in a loving way, not just to a mirror, but something that they can listen to again. I've loved doing the videos, the Weekly Wonder videos. It's kind of going to span about a year of my life. I've really loved it. I love where it's taken me, the lovely parts of West Yorkshire that I treasure so much, and just listening to my thoughts that I've sometimes just come off the top of my head, but sometimes off the top of your head thoughts, that's where it's at. 1716 train to Wakefield Westing calling at Huddersfield. Dayton, it should be Deaton. Shoot that man. Yep, I spent too long at train stations. I really do hope this is all recorded. So yeah, I think people should record videos, talk to themselves lovingly and just hear what they have to say, Give a bit of time to what they have to say to themselves. I say a lot of negative things to myself in quiet moments, and I'd like to say some positive things and welcome those negative things, but they're not you. You are a great man, and I really do mean that. And if you are watching this and you're not Steve M. Nash, then you are a great man or woman as well. Embrace your greatness, embrace your flaws. You are a real person. We live in a real world. We can make mistakes. We can act not from our greatness. We can do hurtful things. It's okay. Embrace and welcome. Embrace and welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Are you still here? Did you find that interesting? I did. That's the second time I've watched that video now. Recorded 14 years ago, not 13, about removing the masks and seeing what you see. An early part of my journey in self-awareness, I'm guessing. A lovely expression, embrace and welcome, rather than restrict and be angry at, which I agree with. And I'm a lot better at embracing and welcoming what appears in me these days, rather than resisting and being angry at. Clearly, if some behaviour isn't very nice, then you ought to do something about it, but you've got to acknowledge that it's there, and resisting and being angry at isn't useful. That's what I would say. The other thing I would say about what younger Steve said is, I feel vindicated. I feel that he was right to not be in a committed relationship with a certain person at the time. He mentioned the word trust. Trust is something that matters to me. If you don't trust, you don't trust. And you should, or I should, trust that something doesn't feel right. Trust that. And I do. And watching that video, I don't know, it just made me feel right that I didn't go into the committed relationship. I couldn't understand why I couldn't, but now I can. Now I understand why I had a problem with that particular relationship. And I trust my feeling about people a lot more than I used to do. So it was good for me to watch that and see that, even though the video was a surprise to me when I first came across it. So that's my little summary. I've watched the video. You have as well, I'm hoping. What would you say to your older self? Think about that. You could even record a video. And somehow get yourself to listen to it in a year's time or 10 years' time. I think you'll find that interesting. I recorded a video for my future self last week, but it wasn't future self in 15 years' time or 14 years' time or whatever. It was later that day. I recorded a video for my future self last week. If you would like to watch that, you can watch that here. Thanks for watching anyway. Any comments you have, I'd love for you to share them. There's that video again. Sound check.